Hello. Good evening. Hello, mic check. Good evening and welcome to the evening stream. Let me post a quick Twitter message for my 3 followers. Oh, that was a mistake. Oops. Let's copy everything, please. Alright. Cool. Let me delete this. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, apples and pears. What am I doing? Just give me a sec. I need to hide something. One moment, please. Oh. Life is life. Ah, music. Yes, good idea. Good idea. So, welcome back. First, let's put on some music. Okay. Let's go to Epidemic. Should I put the mic? Put the fucking mic on. Oh, sorry. Put the mic on. Epidemic sound. Yes. Let's see what we want to listen today. I have this here. Yep. What was that sound? Meep. Dropped frames detected. Okay. That's a bit worrisome. I think because it's evening and there's a lot of people using internet in this place. Hopefully it's not, how do you say that? Draagbaar? Portable. Bearable. Fine. I hope it's bearable. Okay, let's just put on some music and fingers crossed that my internet connection will recover. Are we into the Latin mood? Yes, we are. Yes. It's a yes for me. I know you can't hear it yet. Relax. It's gonna come. Now you can hear it. Okay. So we made this morning, and I forgot to illustrate one more field for the data model repository. So if you go to the README, you can see. Wait, it's a little bit too loud for me. The music. I cannot focus. Thank you. Okay, so let's first show you what it looks like. The README, thank you. Then we have this deprecated field that we're not showcasing anywhere. So let's showcase it somewhere. So what I did was I created a fake collection where I demonstrated the usage of this data model repo. And what we need to do is deprecate it. Current state and then the old state. Yeah, well, we can do old state. Say that this is a string, false description, also hypothetical old state, demonstrating the usage of the deprecated field. Cool. Deprecated, and then we'll say false, no, deprecated. We'll say version 0.35. No. Became deprecated around version 0.9. Let's do it like this. Deprecated 0.9. Example, old state, on. Cool. Let's see if we also describe this properly in the README. So deprecated. Which app version we stopped using this version? Which version we stopped using this field may be omitted if false. Okay. Well, that sounds good to me. Yay. Add machine. No, let's just amend it. And then force push. Okay. Now on to the fun part. Let's go to the Gherkin unit test first, because in this package we created an example project which we can use here, I think, right here. Example lib, yep. Okay, we'll copy this because this is reusable stuff. As a matter of fact, I'll just put it there for a second, and then veto. There we are. Yes. Okay, I'm a little thirsty. I'll be back in 2 minutes. 2 seconds. The kitchen is right there. I'll be right back. noticed that I drank from the back. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the veto package. This is the package that I've created to basically use MVVM. And just by using everything Flutter already has, without provider, without change notifier, just set state. Cool. Right, so the purpose of this video, still have bad internet, I think. Yes, very bad internet. I'm sorry. Hey. Interesting. Okay, we are going to remove this. Let's see the main Flutter demo. Veto, yes, okay. We will remove this and then say okay. Let's add this. And if we now run this, it's probably gonna run. No, it's not. Or is it? No, I don't think so. Is it? I don't know. It's a little bit weird. So we're having veto here. That's right. We got that. That's all good. Let's just run it again. Veto. Gherkin unit test view. Veto view. Veto view. Then we have the veto view model. And then we're missing the image, the package. No, the little image that I made. Well, we're not gonna do that. Let's just create our new folder, and then in here we'll say, alright, images. The image is there, and pops back yellow. Let's go. Is that okay? Let's see if this works. I don't think it should be like this, and then this. Oh, and actually I don't need this. Images. Alright, that works. Now we need to rename this because this is the veto view model. Oops, it's not. It's like this. No, it's like this. Oh, then I don't have to rename it. We have the veto view. Okay, anything that starts with Gherkin unit tests, we can rename it, right? There it is. It's only one thing. We'll just say, okay, veto view. That's not the title there. It's a bit strange. Gherkin unit test app. We'll just say veto test app. Single child screw. Single child scroll view made by viewer. Shall we keep that? So I've used this app before for 2 of my other packages to create an example project. And in that example project, I used the thumbnail of that live stream. So I'll do the same for here. Just use this one. No, we use this one. Yeah. We'll put it there. Whoop, whoop. Add it. Cool. Yep. Now, shall I show you a cool trick? We have generator, app icon generator. So what you should usually do is create the 1-time, 2-time, and 3-time versions of it. So let's do that. And you can do that real easy with this website here. So you take this thumbnail, or whatever it is you're trying to get into your app. You say iOS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you'll download it. Let's say downloads. Say okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. And then yes. In here. There you go. And how you import that is real easy. Should make a folder here that says, actually, is that correct what I'm saying? Now I'm unsure if this is like, if this will be picked up properly. I'm a little unsure. Wait. This should be 3. Let's just Google it, just to be sure. Adding images, Flutter. It will probably be here. Yes. Graphics, background, blah, blah, blah. Yes, my icon. Name my icon, okay. I think we're good. Yeah, so we can make a map somewhere and then add the 2 and 3-time maps in there. Now, to make it easy for us, we copy it here, then we paste it here, and you can immediately remove the 2 times. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's even necessary, but if it is, then it's nice that you can immediately change it here just by pasting it. Now, if you have multiple images, it's easier to just paste everything, and then some programs even make, maps for it. I think if you add multiple images here, shall we test it? Let's pretend that these are the images as well. I think it creates a no, it doesn't. I was gonna say, I think it creates the maps for you, but that's Figma who does that, and Adobe XD if you have the right plugins. Anyway, we're how do you say that in English? We're floating away from the subject. Okay, let's go. Made by viewer 1 and me. Okay, example image. Nope. Shall we call it that way? Good. No, we're just gonna call it like this. Call it like it is. Whatever. Now let's see what happens if we hard restart. Nothing happens because it needs to load the assets, I think. So let's do it again. Now let's assume that it works. We are testing, showcasing. What's this? Oh man. Hello? Hello, hello? Man. Move. I'm sorry. Yep. Okay. Yes, 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 but did not find the identifier. What? What are you talking about? What is this? Maybe we should do a Flutter. Oh. Clean. And then build it. Anyway, the whole purpose of this example project is to showcase the usage of this, this package, which is an MVVM package. Let's go into the base view model. So, what shall we showcase, right? What shall we showcase? We're gonna make this a really cool example project. Maybe we should really pimp it a little bit. Shall we start in Figma then or something? Let's first just shall we make a ticket out of this? Maybe that's cool. Yeah, let's pretend that this is a ticket in the real world. Okay. We are going to CV Sprint. So this is a Jira board that I made especially for stuff like this. I'm currently in sort of a prepping phase where I'm still finishing up, wrapping up some packages that I made. And once that's done, we're gonna do some really cool stuff. But yeah, let's first wrap the initial setup of that's this epic. Anyway, let's create a ticket. So we have a board here, and for each package I have a board. Created a board. Create videos for each package. Finalize initial veto package. Yes. Create proper example project. So we can make a ticket out of this, I think, if we press this. Nope. If we press this. Yes, sir. Is this a task? Yes, this is a task. So components will say this is veto, and then sure, create. Cool. Converted and completed. Okay, great. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Yes. All right, to do. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Coda templates. Oh, did I update all the template? Let's see if I updated it. Did I update it with everything? Let's compare it to the story that I have, the story template that I have on my website. Just a second. I think that's the one that's up to date, and I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything, because I had made it to update it everywhere, but I think I forgot to update my own board here. So I'm just gonna run it by next to each other. Alright, we have questions, description, user story requirements. Questions, description, user story requirements. Yes, we got that. We have a data model, security rules. We have an API, and we have some analytics. Integration test, unit tests, current tests. acceptance test, UI UX behavior, suggested approach. I think we have everything that we need. Alright, let's go. This is, music is a little bit sad. Alright, proper example project. Now we have a template, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have a template. Very cool. Okay. Shall we keep this here? Yeah, it looks cool. Okay, let's fill in the template as if it were a real ticket. So here's a little disclaimer. Although often desired, not every new functionality needs a fully filled out template. And it goes on to explain why it doesn't need a template or when it does. We could remove that. We remove everything that's not applicable. So we can keep this ticket, the user experience of this ticket, top notch. Don't, sometimes I'm lost for English words. Don't pollute this ticket with empty headers, empty stuff that we're not using. Hey man, how you doing? Welcome back. So, questions. We don't have any questions. So what we do here is we're using this description to indicate whether the section is done or it needs attention. So when you scroll down to the ticket, you see, oh, okay, they all need attention. All the blue things, they need attention, and the red things as well, of course. But we don't have any questions, so we say, okay, no questions. Description, a short descriptive introduction of the problem we're trying to solve. Okay. To finalize the veto package, we want a proper example project that demonstrates the package usage. Oh yeah, we got a shared description. Then user story. As a package user, I want an example project. I want a fully functional example project so that I'm more. I want to say you understand it faster. I'm as a package user, as a veto package user, I want a fully functional example project so that I'm able to grasp the veto concepts quicker. Then we have the what and why, and I usually just remove that. That's to, if you want. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. It's the same name, like at Code Veto. And I just started out, so there's no real videos yet, but just all the streams that I've been doing for the past 3-4 days. There will be videos, so my idea is to at the end of the week kind of go through my streams and cut some stuff up to make some videos. And I'm also gonna make a couple videos that explain how to use the packages that I made, but I'll do that at the end when my packages are finalized and we start the real cool content. Anyway, so as a veto package user, I want a fully functional example project so that I'm able. Cool, man. Thank you. How do you pronounce your name? I watch. Ewak. What's your real name? Is that your real name? You're my first real follower that I don't know in real life. Pretty cool. Appreciate it. As a veto package user, IWAC. first follower. So let's continue. Requirements. This is the interesting part. So what do we want this example project to have? Yeah, that's the question. So in order to decide that, can you still see it? Yeah. I need to create a shortcut that splits it up right in the middle. Anyway, so my YouTube is the same name. I don't know if you got that, but I'm basically called the same everywhere. I try to make sure that, so Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Requirements. So the app should showcase the base view models. Should showcase all of the base view models functionalities, and then we call them out arguments. So we're going to show how you can pass arguments from one view to another. Let's see, the rebuild, that's the mounted. Yeah, let's just say rebuild mounted. So this will tell you whether it's mounted or not. Context, disposable context. So you have the context always in your view model. Nice. Is initialized. So that's a value listenable that indicates whether the view model is initialized. Then we have the is busy. Says it all, indicates whether it's busy. Then we have the has error. And then we have the state notifier. Did I keep that in there? Yeah, I think so. Alright. Then we got all this and this. Okay, yes. Then we have theme, text theme, media, text scale factor, also very cool. So this will give you the text scale factor, but this will scale it. Also, no, what I meant was this one, design scale width. So this will automatically scale something based on an original design. I'll show that later somewhere in the future. But yeah, let's showcase that as well. Text scale factor, text scaled focus nodes, we can showcase that as well. How to use that, height, sure, design scaled width, and weight. Yeah, funny helper method. Add post frame callback, we can use that as well. Add post frame callback as nullable. Did I put that in there? I'm using that somewhere. Right. So this was for Flutter, some version where this became non-nullable to support previous versions. Okay. Then I think we got everything. If you want a builder, yep. So non-functional, we're skipping that. We're skipping that most of the time because, yeah. This is not right. Non-functional requirements are often, at least what I've seen in practice, they can be important, but when working on app tickets, they're often not specified that much. What am I searching for? Here. The description that I have there, however, was wrong. There you go. Whoop. This is the right description. Oops. Functional requirements define what the system does or must not do. Non-functional requirements specify how the system should act. And you have all these things as safety, security, usability, testability, maintainability. We do think about this when creating a ticket, but we don't really write it down as non-functional requirements. So anyway, we'll stick to functional requirements for this and say this is done. And we'll go to the data model. Do we have anything data model related that we might want to add, even if it's just to showcase as an example? Let's see. Data model. Shall we implement some kind of data model here? Would that be cool? Yeah, we could sort of make a data model that randomizes the text that is shown. DTO. So we'll just say, okay, we're gonna pretend as if we need a data model, right? So I go to one of my favorite sites, which is this one, JSON generator. Can you see it, by the way? Yeah, I think you can. And in this side, what you can do is you can make real easy JSONs. So for this data model, we're gonna pretend as if we're fetching the DTO, the data model, from remote config from Firebase. So we'll say, okay, we want the title of the page to be from that config. So we'll say view title. We'll say it's a string, and then we're gonna pretend for now, for making the model, that it says veto test app. Okay, then next. We have a sort of, view title. If this is the title, veto test app, then what is this called? This is called, naming stuff, always hard. This is the view header. Sure. Is made by Equac. And me. And then it says, let's say, description. So we'll say description. Let's remove view because everything is about the view. So that's a bit double, you know? Title, header, description as is. You have pushed the button this many times. And then what we can also do is, let's say we have a starting value for the left counter. We have a starting value for the right counter. So we'll say, starting value, left counter, counter left starting value, counter right starting value. And they will say, okay, this is a number. So we'll say n is, let's make it a double. No, let's not make it a double because we're not incrementing with doubles. Let's make it a, yeah, whatever, 0, and this one is 1. Now that we have a JSON here, yeah, what I usually do is I go to a data model repo, which I made in the last stream, showed, yeah, you didn't see it, but in the data model repo, that's basically a system that I created to communicate changes to a Firestore database. So I'll be using Firestore a lot, but it's kind of hard to enforce, you know, models in Firestore. So what I did was we created, or what we did, is we created a system that yeah, that specifies what should be in a certain collection. Now, if this were a collection, then we would update the data model repo and then put a link to the data model repo here, and then also show you in YAML style what the data model repo update would look like. Since we're not doing that, we're just going to paste the JSON here. That's what one thing we can do. Or you can paste this here. If all your team is using this, then you can paste this here and they'll be able to change it as well. Like, should something change in the meanwhile, then you should, and the other person doesn't have this one, then it needs to create this again. And if you have this at your disposal, you can just paste this in here and you can start editing it. So you can do that, or you can create a model for Dart Flutter. So let's do that. And I have another site. It's called QuickType Models. Some of you might be familiar with it. It's a pretty known site. Let's say, okay, we have a veto view config. This is all JSON, and I was saying it's not JSON. I said, oh no, it's not JSON. Give me some time. And then it creates a model here for you. Now, the thing is that what I usually do is I use the JSON serializable package. So I just copy this and then I'll create my own model. But since this is an example project and we don't want to depend on JSON serializable to create the DTO, and since for this example we don't need a real JSON serializable DTO because we're not serializing or deserializing anything, so we're just gonna copy this. Now, do mind you that this is old Dart, so you can see here the ads a little bit old, but that doesn't matter. Let's create the structure that I always use as well here. Yeah, let's do that. Let me open a project first. 1 second. We have this one. Oh, it's not there anymore. We'll find it. Art, no, not art, def, and then we'll say template, this one. Oh man. Alright. Template. this, and we're looking for this one. Yes, sir. So when all the packages are done, we're going to create a Flutter template project, and it's a template that I'm going to use for every app that I make and every piece of content that I'm going to make. And the structure of that template and the structure that basically all my apps use looks like this. Let's go to the example project here and say structure.sh. Remove this. So what I usually do is divide the project into features. Since this is an example project, we're not going to divide it into features, but you might have a feature called a counter, and then we have another feature called, I don't know, and something cool, photo editing, something like that. And then for each feature, you'll have this structure, and for, yeah, that's it. For each feature, you have this structure. So I'll show you. Let's say you have a photo editing feature. So for each photo editing abstract, it goes into this map, and each piece of DTO or enum for the photo editing feature goes in that map. And if you're making a form for the photo editing feature, it goes into this map. Let's just run it. Cool. And now it should look like this. Now we're going to remove this again. Now mind you, if you create this and you upload it to GitHub, it will not upload the empty maps. So you'll be the only one seeing this. So it doesn't matter if it's here and it's not filled, because they won't be uploaded to GitHub anyway. Anyway, so now that we have this structure, let's move the views to the views here. Alright. And then we'll have data here, and data has DTOs, and we'll create the veto config view DTO.dart. Now, like mentioned before, what I usually do is create a JSON serializable and then let JSON serializable package create the DTO like this. I have a snippet for that. It looks at the file name and then it creates the basic values and all the methods that I need. But we're not going to use that for now because we don't need JSON serializable. We're fine with using this. The only thing we do need to do is veto view config, veto view config is make sure that it's usable. So remove all the add, and then that's it. Let's create a toString as well, and that's it. Shall we create a randomizer for this? Yes. Yes. Let's create a randomizer for this. No, let's create that in the view model. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, where were we? Almost like this. I go from this to that and this to that and So I already pasted it here, but what I was supposed to do is put it in the ticket. A little bit too enthusiastic. It doesn't matter. Let's just copy this, put it in the ticket, and pretend that we didn't do it yet. Alright. And this is Dart. And this is nothing. Let's say, pretend this is YAML and this is JSON. Alright, now security rules. Do we have any security rules that we need to think of, even if it's fake? No, can't think of any. API also, No. We'll use that later, but not now. Analytics also, nope. Integration tests. Are we gonna integration test this? No. Nope, nope, nope. Well, we could actually do this, but do I want to do that? Might be interesting to do that. No, we're not gonna do that. Alright, unit test. So what do we want to unit test? Well, basically everything that we just mentioned here, right? So this one, not those, not those, not those, not those. Yeah. So let's copy this, then go to unit test, components that would benefit, yeah. What to test and why? Well, the why is a little bit obvious because we want to test everything that's testable. And why do you want to do that? Because it makes people happy. Arguments, rebuild. Do we want to test the rebuild method? Nope. Because that needs a widget. Do we want to test the mounted? Nope. That needs a widget. This one too. This one we can test. Is that even a method? Can we test this? Yep, we can test this. Yes. So these are all methods that will set the values to busy or initialized, so we can test this. State as well. Then theme, text theme. No, not really, not really, not really. Focus node, nope. Design scaled width. Let's go check it out again. Design scaled width. It needs the width, and the width needs a context, and we don't have a context when unit testing. We can mock it. Shall we mock those things? Do we want to mock it? Do we want to mock it? Yeah, we can. Yeah, we should do that. So the text scaled, text scaled method requires the text scale factor, which requires the context, but we're just gonna mock this one to return whatever, a 1.3. Let's pretend that the text scale factor is 1.3, and then we can unit test the text scaled method as well, because this is just gonna return 1.3, which is okay for the unit test. Then we can test, make sure that this value gets multiplied by 1.3. Alright. Design scaled width. We can do the same for that. So we need the width, but we can mark the width. Then wait. Wait. Can we unit test duration? No, I don't think so. And I don't think that's interesting because we're just testing. We're just testing Flutter then. Yeah, let's not do that. Add post frame callback. Do we test that? Do we want to test that? No. This also not. No. Alright. IDs for different scenarios. No. Not gonna do that. So, I don't know if you're into behavior-driven development, but last time I think when you were watching, we were doing the Gherkin unit testing, Gherkin integration testing, and yeah, then it's nice to have those scenarios and examples beforehand. But since we're doing unit testing, then these are going to be the scenarios basically, and then different examples might be for the, let's see, no, I don't think we're going to have different examples. So examples are basically the same test but then run with different inputs. We're not going to do that. I don't think that's we can win. How do you say that in English? I don't think that's beneficial. Current tests, nothing. UI UX behavior, no, nothing. Suggested approach. Are we gonna? So in the UI UX behavior, what you usually do? Oh, wait. The current test, what you usually do is you look at current tests and see if anything needs to change based on this functionality. No, not right now. Then we have UI UX behavior. So anything to take note of regarding UI UX elements. Think of decisions of the elements on the screen, how they animate, or how they should behave when there's not enough space on the screen, or yeah, stuff like that. How should the elements behave? Usually when you have only one screen that you're making, it doesn't say enough. And if that screen or the design that you get is not accompanied with a proper prototype animation stuff type of thing, then it's nice to just write it down here how you want the elements to behave. But since we don't have a really nice app here, we're gonna remove this. And then suggested approach. Usually what I do is write these, like I go think of the functionality and then go, my brain is a little bit fried. I think of the functionality and then I go think of the steps that I need to do and then write it down here. So either I can pick it up or someone else. But we're not going to do that because it's rather simple and most of it is already made. And then we have the final remarks, anything you want to get off your chest that is not defined in any of these sections right now. Nothing. Unit test, check. Data model, check. Nothing. Now let's say, for example, that you want one of your colleagues to answer one of your questions, like, yo John, what about the color green? What you then can do is make this red again. So whenever John is tagged, then he'll see that where it's red, then he knows where to look easily in the ticket. Cool. Okay. Now we are done with the ticket. Nicely done. Let's put it to active. In progress. And shall we create a branch as well? Just for the fun of it. CV31. Okay. Let's create a branch. Feature CV31. And we'll say example project. Cool. Now that we have our own branch, let's go crazy. Let's see if we can make this work. I'll put the app back into the screen. Why is it still giving me? Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's look at the ticket. John, thank you. Question answered. Arguments. Let's first think about the argument. So we want to showcase the usage of arguments. So for that we need to have two views. We'll create another view. First, in here we'll say first view. No, we'll make this. We'll make that the first view, and it will probably give us some errors again because it's not refactoring properly. Okay. And we still need to remove this also. Description. Look at me doing stuff again that I shouldn't be doing yet. Whatever. Just clean it up a little bit. Okay, it looks fine now. Model counter. Why is this? This should be private as well. Because we want to make this private because you don't want the view to have access to the model counter and then change it, right? So let's refer this to, that's the private one, the private one. So this model counter you see here, that's the left one, that's this one. And then we have the value notifier here, that's the right one. So every time that the left one gets updated, it rebuilds the entire view. That's to demonstrate the usage of the base view model. And then every time the right one updates, it updates the value notifier. It updates only that piece of widget where there's a value listenable surrounded by that widget. I'll show you here. So that's the power of value listenables and value notifiers. If you update it here, it will only update this little widget right now, or at least try to update anything inside this little widget. And if you do it like this with the model counter, you do the rebuild, and it does a set state, it will try to rebuild the entire view, because that's just how it works from here. It's just a set state that you get, and it calls the set state and it builds it again in this view model builder. All right, anyway, let's go. Arguments. So we have the first view. We're gonna rename this to first view, and this is the first view model. Sounds nice. First view, first veto view. Let's keep it veto. First veto view model. First veto. Oop. Too much. And then this one. First veto view model. Hey. Then we have the second veto view model. And then I have a snippet for creating a view model. So look at this. Pretty cool. We don't have get it here, so we'll just do second view model. This is just a helper function, by the way, to locate. When you have dependency injection in your app, then we'll use get it. If that's your dependency injection solution, you can use any dependency injection solution that you have. You make sure that you give the right type of instance here, like a factory, like a single object or a singleton or whatever you want it to be. And whenever you need this view model, all you have to do is show you, or any other type of class that needs to be fetched from someplace. Second veto view. And you just do second veto view model dot locate. Oh, we need to change this as well. First veto view. Okay. Now that we have two views, how are we gonna do this? Let's see. Let's go to main. you have the first view here, that's fine. And then yes, all right. We're gonna do something cool. So this second view is gonna be used to demonstrate the usage of the arguments. So we're gonna create arguments for this view. Second, I like to call all things the same that are related to each other. So we have the second veto view, and it's gonna have arguments. So second veto view arguments dot. So whenever you're looking at this, you'll know, hey, this belongs to the second veto view, without even having to look where it's located or look for anything else. You'll just know second veto view arguments. Strip the arguments, then you know for which view it is. Saves you time, again, efficiency, developer experience. Nice. Second veto view arguments. And what we're gonna pass in is the int first. Oh, make it final int. First counter value, and then final int. Second counter value. And then we'll make a constructor for this. And then look at this. We'll pass it in here. Final second veto view arguments. Again, I like to use the whole word, but you can also use arguments here if you want. But let's just name it. It looks a bit weird now, second veto view arguments, but if you have real views in a real app, you will have hopefully meaningful names for the views, and it will look a little bit less weird. Anyway, we are going to create a new constructor here. Oop. If you want to know how I generate these constructors, just look for a plugin called something with generation dart flutter constructors. Oop. I don't remember which one it was. Const, why are you use key? Right. Super key, since it's the no, we're not allowed to do this. It's not enabled yet. Okay. That's fine. I used to make a snippet for this because I was doing this a lot, so yeah, there you go. Now that it has a key, it's valid again. It's a valid widget. And now we pass in the arguments. But most of the time, you want to have the arguments inside the view model. So we have a second veto view here, but we want to have these arguments, the 0 and the 12, in the view model of the second view. Now, how we do that is we have this view model builder that has an argument builder that you pass in this second view argument. Now inside this view model builder, what you do, you give this base view model a generic, and it says second view model arguments. Now when you initialize it here, the view model, look at these arguments. Oh, it's not working. Damn it. It used to work. Maybe I broke it. But these arguments are supposed to be the second view arguments. Now let's find out why I broke it. E extends object, alright, E arguments. Let's see. I know already. made it even better. So previously, in one of my previous solutions, I passed in the arguments when building this widget into the initialize method. I'm not sure if you're following this completely, but I have this view model builder that would then get the arguments from the argument builder right here, and instead of putting it right here exactly, we pass it in here and then set it if we wanted to set it. But I was like, it doesn't really make sense now, because then every time when you override it, you have to create these arguments and blah 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 blah. And I thought, why not set it on the arguments itself when initializing it? Cool. So now all we know is that it's all we see now that it's null, which is possible if you don't pass in any arguments. So we're gonna leave that nullable. But yeah, 9 out of 10 times you know when you've passed in arguments and it's passed in here, then you can be 100% sure that these arguments are not null, so you can access the values. Now, sorry that this hasn't been real visual. Let's put all the theory to practice. Let's create a little button. Here we have the padding, row, right. And then we have an elevator button, I think. Model, push second view. And we have a child here that says, I don't know, do we need a child here? How does this work? Okay, yeah. It's been a while. Method push second view. So now that I've added this method to the view model, so this model here, if you can follow it, we have the first veto view. This is the first veto view model that's next to it. And we have the model coming in here from the model view model builder. I was getting it from here, and then we'll say, okay, every time we press this, we want the model dot push second view to happen. Let's just pretend. See if this works. Let me put this to the side, because I always have this on the side. Yeah. Oh, it might still not be building. That's interesting. Let's hope it does. Okay, so we're going to push this there. Thinking of things to add, but let's not do that. Let's not make it too complicated. What is this? Requested but did not find another. No, file for assets, packages, veto, images. So we have I know what's wrong. My bad. You know, it helps to look at the error logs sometimes. Okay, this is gonna work. I know it's gonna work. You have this here. So what we're gonna do is so full of confidence for nothing. Veto assets images. No file or lines found for assets. Veto assets images. Did I do something wrong here? Assets images image. You saw it happen. You saw it happen, didn't you? Oh no, assets images. What is going on here? I think it was the forward slash. Unable to load asset, okay. Assets, images. This is a lot of trouble. 29, 22. Assets, images. Am I getting this right? Assets, images. Should be a JPEG maybe. PNG. No, we can load PNGs, right? What is it saying? This is a known error, just because of my keyboard. Okay, unable to load images, assets, images. When the exception was thrown. Assets, images. Is it a PNG? Yeah, it's a PNG, right? I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Load PNG, Flutter. Well, this is all the same stuff, yeah. What's going on, man? Problem solved. We'll look into this later. I'm really unsure why this is happening. I can't let it go. Annoying. If I look at the other one, look, we have this Gherkin unit test here. Then we have this assets stuff. Is this set properly? Is it still not right? The assets directory, assets images doesn't exist. Okay. That's not entirely true. But I do think that that's the problem. Right? Lip. Where are we? Yeah. See. Here it is. No. Assets images. Okay, I do notice that this is there. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna look into this later. Very annoying. Let's try one more thing. We have an image, asset image. Assets slash images slash this. Unable to load asset, unable to load PNG asset Flutter. Let it go, man. No, I can't let it go. Dun, 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 dun. You should consider indentation for assets, yeah. Alright, wait a minute. What if I just do this? Wait a second. I think I know it, man. Suddenly it hits you. We are working in the wrong pub spec. It should be this one. I suddenly realized it. So stupid. You live, you learn. Alright, now I'm definitely sure this is gonna work. Anyway, let's continue. Push second view, navigator. Get the navigator ready. Push. We need a route. Is that gonna work? Push a few, I don't remember. Usually I use the auto route package. Push named. We can do that to illustrate the routing stuff. But then I do think we need to, wait a second. Let me refresh my Flutter memory. Flutter, push named, route. Two screens, yeah. Define the routes, there you go. Yes. This is what we need. Initial route, like this. Let's do that. Whoop. After dart, nope. Yep, nope, yep. Let's go here. Okay. And we'll say first feed of view. Alright, wait a minute. I'm not gonna do this. also want to pass in the arguments to the view, so what's gonna happen? Let's just say push, and then I think material page route builder. Let's refresh our memory again and navigate to a new screen and back. This is what we need. Material page route builder. Yeah, second route. Do we need to pass in a route again? Does it expect a route? No. Right, the builder expects widget. Okay, cool. So what we do here is the second veto view. View. And then pass in the second feed of view arguments. Cool. And the second feed of view arguments, the first counter value is the model counter. So we'll do model counter.value. No, actually, we'll do model counter because it's not a value listenable or a value notifier. Then the second one is a value notifier. So do the second counter value and the value notifier. Counter.value. Cool. Let's add some formatting. And then I think we can also push second view. We can even pass something back, but that's not illustrating anything for the veto package. So yeah, let's not do that. Okay, cool. Oh, it works, by the way. I don't know if you already noticed. Or did it? No, it doesn't. Great. Very great. Yes. What does it say? No file overrides found for assets. Just veto example. Is this the same problem that we had before? No, screw it. It seems to be very hard to add assets. I forgot. Yeah, alright, we'll fix that later. I think I'm gonna wrap the stream up, by the way, because I need to go to bed really. But yeah, let's see if the passing of arguments works. Then we have finished the first part of this ticket. The arguments. Let's go. So push second view. And let's make this a different color. How do you change the color? Button style. Color. Not blue. Not blue. Yes, no. Material color. Ah, damn man. Yellow. No. What's the material color then? This is all new for me. The elevator button stuff. Just gonna Google it again. Change color, elevator button. We used to just have a color value. Look at this, all this crap just to change the color. Jesus. a nice color. What's a nice color? I'm colorblind, by the way, so I always just pick whatever. Pink. Let's take pink. Always a good color. Yeah. I don't know. I can't even see it. Even with. Yeah. You might have already noticed that I'm colorblind by the nice color scheme that I used. Anyway, so let's add some padding because you know I love padding. This box height 8, 16, 32, I think. Push second view. Nice. Too bad that it's so ugly. Let's add the UI for the second view and then show the value, and then I'm gonna stop the stream. Thanks for watching again, by the way. Really appreciate it. So I just pasted in everything from the first view. I don't really want that, but let's say, okay, here, children, text, app bar, second video view. We'll keep that alive. And wait a second. Second feed of view, and then I think the first one was let's see. First video view. And let's disable this for a second. Got it to do. Enable assets. I'll do that in my spare time to not bore you too much. Second feed of view. Video test app. And then. Right, I'm not gonna make this pretty, but let's do it like this for now. Then let's add some formatting, and then here's let's first just test if this works. First value, second value, give you. Okay, what is this again? This is an error that you get sometimes because you're using the simulator, and you hot restart and it's gone again. Anyway, I push second view. Cool. Let's make this main alignment. Cross alignment, stretch. And let's add some padding. Symmetric. Horizontal 32 and fine for this one, because although we are saying, okay, stretch it everywhere, you know, this one is also stretching, but the text alignment itself is lying to the left, so the widget is actually this long, but the alignment of the text is to the left, so it seems like it's aligned to the left. What you have to do here is text align center, then it's there. Alright. Make this 16, remove this at all. No, 16 is fine. Back, okay, let's do the back as well. We can go back and forth, we don't have to restart. So you know how to go back, navigator. Back. Cool. There are multiple heroes share the same tag within the what? How in the world is that possible? Ah, that's because of the floating action button, I think. I've seen that error before. So you have this hero tag here. It says, let's just do something random, I think. 3. So you're not supposed to have multiple floating action buttons or something. I don't know. That's not true, by the way. But you should distinguish them with the hero text because they have some hero animation stuff maybe going on. I don't know. I think they should fix it. Second view. Yep. So you know the hero animations that when you have something on one screen and you go to the next, and if it's a hero animation, it animates along with it. I think floating action button also does something with the hero stuff, and if you don't specify the tag, then it's gonna think it's all the same hero animating, and when you have 4 of them, it's gonna think or do some stuff to all 4 of them, and it gives an error. So if you distinguish them with these keys, then fixed. But it could also be something else, you know. But, whatever. Alright, so now what we want to do is pass in these values to this value. This is actually happening, but we're just not showing it. Now we are going to show it. So what we want to do is, shall we make value notifiers for this? Sure, because I love value notifiers. We'll say int first value 0, and we'll make another one int second value also 0. Let's clean it up a little bit, then go to the view model, view, and say first value is this. We'll wrap it in a value listenable builder. This one, it's an int. We'll say first value. Now, as you can see, this is a value listenable builder. It takes in a value listenable, which is the first value that we just specified, and we're doing this like this with the value notifier and the value listenable because the value notifier is able to change the value, and the value listenable is able to just work with the value and listen to it. So we don't want the view to have access to this notifier. That's why we do it like this. We make together a value listenable. Pretty cool. Okay. So first value, blah blah blah. Now, if you use a value listenable builder, there's always one value. You pass in this and you pass in the generic, then this one becomes the generic. So first value, what you can do here is first value and then toString, I guess. Well, actually what we should do is like this. It's complaining because it's constant, it shouldn't be constant. add some formatting. And let's do the same thing for the second one. Just copy paste, put it in there. Second value. We have first value here. Second value. Oop, we're forgetting one. Second value. 0, 0. Alright. This is working. Now all that we have to do is upon initializing, when this model gets initialized, so this method is being called, in the view model builder here, this widget, it's setting all these methods, and then it says initialize, and then it says super init state, and then this is being built. So the initialize is being called, and all we have to do is update it from the arguments. So first value, that's how you update it, is arguments, first counter value. And remember, these arguments, we got them from the view, from the first view. And we know these arguments are there because we wrote that stuff. So we can say it's not notable. Second value is arguments. Oh man, I'm getting tired. And do we need to do this? Yeah, that's annoying. So what we can do also is arguments. Why is this not final? And then it's gonna complain. Right, so if you put it into a variable, then it will remember that it's not nullable. However, now it's going to complain either about not having a type or leading underscores in local identifiers. That's a lint. I don't know why they don't want it. How should we call it then? Non-nullable arguments. Ugly as well. Never mind. Very annoying. Let's just do this. Bastards. Ah, wait. I know something. You know the type, right? Second. This one. So we'll say second few arguments. Nice. This will work. Okay. Now if we save this and go back and make this. Whoop, whoop. We did it. 6, 7. Go back. Reset. 0, 0. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 6. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so we demonstrated the arguments. That is nice. Push second view, second feeder view, first feeder view. Nice. Cool. Didn't I put your name somewhere? First feeder view. First feeder view. Headline 5. What the? Subtitle. Cool. Thanks for the support. Yeah, nice. Cool. I like it. Yeah, works fine. Let's save this because we have a branch now. Shall I have a look at those assets one more time? No. Do that tomorrow. So let's go to the ticket. And let's pretend that it's a real ticket. Where are you? There you are. So we have CV31. What you do is CV31 and say what do we do? Add first and second view with argument demonstration. Alright, and then commit and push. Check out the warnings. It's always a good idea before pushing. Pubspec has been edited. And you can safely ignore those. There you go. Nice. Nice. And now you can see on GitHub. Veto. Yeah, veto. Where you are. C++. Okay. There we are. Nice. Alright. Thanks for watching again. Truly appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully see you soon. I'll be streaming tomorrow morning, I think. And then hopefully in the evening again. It kind of depends because my eyes have been giving me trouble. So I need to take rest from the doctor. So sometimes I need to stop working and looking at the screen in the evening. But we'll see. Hopefully I can get a good night's sleep and that's enough. Alright, thank you man, thank you for watching and I'll see you.